Have you ever watched a movie or a video that inspired you to work out? Great, great. For me, that was always the Rocky movies, personally. That was always the job for me. But after you watch the video or the movie, how long did that motivation last? Did it go beyond a couple days, a couple of weeks? It doesn't really last long, does it? And the reason I ask this question is because over the past year, I've been studying the habits of the most successful people in fitness and learning what it is they do that makes them so successful. The reason being, my goal is so that way I can share those habits with you, so that way you can integrate some of them into your own life and achieve some of that same success. And there's one habit that they all share that I observed that really rose to the top as the most important one. And it's simply this: they have a lasting desire to work out. A lasting desire to work out. Now, everything you could hope to achieve from exercise, whether you want to lose 10 pounds of body fat, or whether you want to just sculpt your body a little bit with more muscle, or whether you just want to improve your health by lowering your cholesterol, all of that depends on whether you have a lasting desire to work out, whether you have that key mental habit. But how do you get it if you're not born with it, like the role models and mentors that I've studied? Well, thankfully, in this speech, I'm going to teach you a key strategy, a powerful strategy on how you can create that lasting desire to work out, so that way you can start to reap all those benefits that I talked about, and so that way it's not always such a daily grind and struggle to figure out whether you should even do it at all. Now, it wasn't easy for me to initially come up with an answer. How do you create something like that? How do you create this desire inside of you that always sustains if you weren't born with that? Now, I asked myself, okay, the people who I follow, these people who are in phenomenal shape, they're willing to make sacrifices, they're willing to work hard, where, frankly, most other people are not. Now, and why is that? What's that critical distinction that allows them to do that? It's a tough question to answer, but thankfully I am an avid student of personal development and success strategies. And so as I was going over all the things that I've read and absorbed over the years, I found the answer in a book by Tony Robbins. Are you familiar with Tony Robbins? Have you heard of him? Yeah, so he's a success coach if you're not familiar with him. And he offered a key principle in one of his books, and it's simply this: everything you and I do, we do either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. Think about that. Everything you and I do is either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. Now, I applied that to the role models that I was following, and I realized that's exactly what they were doing. That was the distinction for them. They associated a massive amount of pain to not working out regularly and what that would bring to their body and to their life if they didn't do it. And they, on the opposite end, they associate a massive amount of pleasure to what benefits they would reap if they did work out regularly, where most people are not doing either one of those things. Now, if you put yourself in the category of someone who does not work out regularly, this is the explanation for yourself. You're simply in a place right now where you're associating a lot more pain to going to the gym than to not going. It's as simple as that. Now, your reasons may vary. It could be because you feel like if you spend an hour a day working out, then you'll have less time to relax, less time in your evening to do whatever other things you're interested in. Or maybe the pain that you're associating with that is that you have to get up early in the morning, and that's going to hurt, and you don't want to have to do that. You're going to be low on sleep, and that's not desirable to you. Whatever your reasons for associating pain with not working out regularly, understand this: that as long as you associate a very little amount of pleasure with working out on a regular basis, and a lot of pain with doing that, then you will miss out on this key habit. You will not be able to create this habit for yourself of a lasting desire to work out, because you're going to always refer back to that pain that you're experiencing, or you think you'll experience by not doing it. But fortunately, there's a simple solution to this. The solution is a 3-step process. The first step is simply to write down 3 major reasons you will experience pain in your life if you do not work out on a regular basis? 3 reasons. Now, the key is to get deep and emotional about them. Because what most people do, what you may have done thus far, is to be on the surface, to be superficial about it. You might say, well, a reason that I'll have experienced some kind of pain if I don't work out regularly, take care of my body. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm 7 and 9. But, I forgot to mention that, is if I don't do that, I might gain some weight. You may think that already. But you know that the idea that you might potentially gain some weight, that's not enough to make a change in your life, otherwise it already would have, just knowing that simple fact. So you have to go deeper with it, you have to get emotional about it. An example of that would be if I gained weight by not working out, then I might be frequently depressed about how I look, and I might not go through life with the confidence that I want to have. Now that gets more emotional, and that kind of association might and probably will trigger you to work out. It doesn't need to be that example, but it needs to be that emotional. It needs to be that intense for you. The second step, which you might be able to predict, is to list 3 major reasons why, or list 3 major reasons that you can associate pleasure to working out. And again, the temptation might be to be short in what you say, and superficial, sort of surface level, and say something like, well, I'll gain muscle tone if I work out. But you already know that. You already know you'll gain some muscle tone if you lift some weights. But that fact in your head isn't enough to trigger any action. So you, again, make it emotional. You could say something like, if I gain some muscle tone, I might, for the first time in my life, feel attractive to my significant other or to my spouse. That could trigger you to start doing it, to start taking action and working out regularly. Again, it doesn't have to be that example, but it needs to be that intense, and you need to find that. The third and final step is simple. You have to condition what you wrote down into your mind on a regular basis. In other words, you have to revisit your list of 3 pain points, 3 pleasure points on a regular daily basis. If you write it down once, throw it in a drawer, or just close out the Word doc, whatever, it's as if you've never done it. It won't take effect. So you have to revisit it daily until those emotions trigger action inside of you. Now, I know this process may not sound all that exciting, but if you take the time to engage in it, you will actually find yourself propelled to work out in a way that you never have in your entire life. And you'll feel like you have the wind at your back, and the reason is because through this exercise, you finally created this key habit of creating a lasting desire to work out, where there's tremendous pain if you don't in your mind and tremendous pleasure if you do. And all the things that you were looking for to get out of exercise, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to have more energy, improve your health, look better, feel more confident, whatever the positives are that you're looking for, you can finally start reaping those for yourself because you've now created this lasting desire to work out. And if you're like me, you will not have to watch Rocky 5 times a week. Thank you.